Okay, so I was finally able to beat Alien Radiance. It took me a lot of practicing, but I was able to do it. And as you can see, I did floor 1 a lot, and it was all just muscle memory at that point. So I was going through it very quickly. I didn't even need to be careful because I knew I wasn't going to fall. And if I did, I'd just sneak it back because my muscle memory. It's like that for floors 1 through 3 for me, honestly. But yeah, I get through here really fast. And I like this strat rather than jumping to the other thing. And then don't get too close to those walls or you'd fall. And then do the strat I did for that, and you should be good. And here, you have to wait on a stupid slow platform to jump to the next jump, which takes away like 8 seconds maybe. And then, yeah, there, and then there, and then there. And then here you gotta go get the button. And this jump, don't underestimate it, because it can be tricky. And this jump as well. This jump isn't as bad, but it can be. And then after you get the button, go back, and then you can do this button section. It's so easy, it's no jump. As long as you don't fail, you won't have to get the button again, and you have to like really mess up to fail, and it will get rid of the button progress. And there you had to wait until your jump came back. If you did it early, you would have fallen because your jump doesn't come back right away. And don't underestimate this jump right here, because if you turn too early, you get stuck and fall. And then these jumps are easy, so you just gotta do these jumps, and then here, you're like at the probably 3/4 through floor 2, I'd say, and then you have to do all of this and just take it easy if you're like not good at it, and you should be fine. But if you get muscle memory after playing it a while, you can go as fast as you can, which honestly is probably not a good idea, but it's fun. And then this is, don't underestimate this jump especially because it's can get you as well. And then here, these truss jumps are pretty easy as long as you don't mess them up. And then 4-3, make sure you jump to like the edge there, and you can do that jump. And then be very careful with this ledge climb, because sometimes climb I meant, because sometimes you can fall. And then I do that kind of like wraparound-ish, but that's like kind of difficult. And don't hit the wall there or you'd fall. And for this, I really don't like to jump to the truss, so I like go out as far as possible so I don't hit anything. And then I jump around that, and it's really easy as long as you don't hesitate. If you hesitate, you'll probably fall on that. And then here, I somehow fell. I don't know how, I usually don't, but it was fine because I just made it back. And then I make sure you don't jump too close to that or you get pushed off, which is kind of dumb. And then here is mostly through 4-3, almost at 4-4. This 2-stud climb up took me 3 tries for some reason. Don't let it take you 3 tries like it took me, but no, you just gotta wait on more spinning platforms for a little while. And after that, you have to do this jump, which is pretty easy. That jump, which is also easy. That jump's a little far, but not bad. Don't mess that jump up. Do like a really good lineup, or you might actually mess it up. And then here's 4-4. Don't underestimate any 4-4 jumps, because I fell at 4-4 just because I was like, okay, these jumps are easy, and failed them. Like, you'll see it come up in a second here. Like, I failed this jump right here because I just underestimated it, and then I got back and I did it, obviously. But yeah, don't do that. And then I used to hate this jump right here, but it's not bad anymore since I learned how to do it. And then this jump is really easy, but I hated that too. It's really easy though. And now you're at the netted section, so you basically are on to 5 as long as you don't fail one more difficult jump, which is the jump coming up. Okay, this jump, you just gotta jump from this truss to the other truss without falling off, and you should be fine. And then this jump, you gotta make sure you don't mess this up, because it's easy, but it's easy to mess up. And then here's 4-5, which is honestly either the easiest floor or one of the easiest floors. I'm not sure if 4-5 or 6 is easier, but 5 is easier after you get the button, but 6 is easier before you get the button, I'd say. Okay, I somehow lost the recording where I made it back here, and 5, but I made it there. And here I made it 6. And also, this was a different run. I did all my things in different runs because I recorded parts of it in each run, and then I just put it all together. But there I stood still for a little bit, which is why there was a cut, because I cut that out. I cut most of it out, at least. And this part I did really fast, because if you do this part a lot, it just becomes very consistent and quick, because it's really easy. So after that, you just go and do the rest. This jump, line it up like I do, because I used to have problems with this until I taught myself this lineup. And this jump, don't climb down too far or it's going to put you off the truss. Just climb down a little bit and then you can do that. And here, you could just slash E-dance too. I think you're supposed to ledge grab around or something, which I did originally, and then I found out you can do that. And I do a two-stud climb up there because it's honestly like the least risky thing. So other times, sometimes you just can get flung off if you just like jump or something. And then, okay, that took me 2 tries, but there we go, floor 7. Now, floor 7, I like doing these with my hand, like just flicking, and then this by using the shift strategy. And then I made it to 7 safe, which means it's netted here. You can still fall on one part here, but it's not nearly as dangerous as other parts. So you just have to get through this, and you'll make it through at 7, as long as you do 7 unsafe, because 7 unsafe is pretty easy, but it's not that bad if you get it consistent. And then I fell there, but got back there, so I climbed up that, and then I got onto 7 unsafe, which starts now. And don't mess these up, just practice in the practice place, and they're pretty easy. And don't underestimate this head hitter, because it's actually pretty far. And then just do that wrap. There's a lot of leniency, and make sure you do this and go in first person for this walk around right here, and then just shift to the right, or you will 99% fail if you don't do that strat. So you just be very careful because you can slip off so easy here, and then that's 4-8, and then pretty easy-ish out from here on out, but you can still make a lot of mistakes. I stood still for a little bit because I was preparing myself for this because it's stressful because I made it here so many times. I was going too fast, honestly, but it was fine in the end. Make sure you don't hit your head there, because sometimes you can hit your head and not grab the truss and fall. And then here, I just stand there and hold A, and it's pretty easy. People have lots of trouble with that jump, but I've never failed in my strategy, so if you just do what I did, you should be fine. Here, don't overwalk that like I did, and you'll be fine. Get that button. You've got to do this walk around without hitting that, or you'll have to do the first part of 8 again, which would suck. But here, don't go too low or too high, because you'll either hit your head or not make this. And then here, I do not have a good strategy for this, so I go climb up to the top, and then I move my camera so it sinks me to the bottom, and I like try and get a good spot where I can walk forward and diagonally very slowly so I can ledge grab it, which there's probably better strats out there, so you don't have to take this strat from me, but this is what I did, because it works if you're patient. So as long as it works, I was fine with it. But yeah, as you can see, it took me quite some time to actually do it. And here, I think my dad came to talk to me, so that's why I'm standing still. But I'm about to get it, I think. Yeah, my strat needed improvement, but it worked and I beat it with it, so I'm not complaining. There, if you do that, then just line it up and be very slow with that jump and let yourself fall so you can actually make that. And then just shift space and D at the same time, and then you do not have to go far for that. And I fell there, which was dumb, but I made it back this other try. So then you just have to be very careful because the rest of 8 is literally free. So just do what I do and you're fine. And here is 4-9. So here I was getting myself ready for a second and then I was going. So don't make stupid mistakes, because I made a lot of stupid mistakes, because this is basically the last floor if you're patient on 10. If you beat this floor, you basically beat it, as long as you do not rush yourself. So be very careful. I fell here like 6 times or 7 times. I think it was 7 times, because I made very dumb mistakes. Well, 7 times yesterday, which is when I beat this. 7 times in one day. More than 7 total. But, yeah, and I was, like, showing the next part of it there. But, yeah, I'd be very careful with this ledge climb, because you'll get it eventually if you just keep turning your camera. You don't need to move, you'll get it. And if you move, you might risk yourself falling off, so just be very patient with it and you'll get it. There, I got it, and then I pressed the Windows key mid-jump, and that's why I didn't move, because I couldn't. And then I fell there again after getting there again, and after that, I failed. Look, I fell out, I got flung out of the tower and had to glitch back in, and I fell to floor 1 many times after making it back to 9, so I just cut all that out, but there was many 9 fails after that, which is why the time suddenly jumped to 150 minutes. But here, I almost get to 10, but I might fail again, as you will see, on something very stupid. Yeah, I literally walked off and fell, and I ended up falling, I think, like, below 6, and I made it back here, though. And after you make that jump, which is, my opinion, the hardest in 9, the rest is completely free if you're patient, because you just gotta do this jump on the circle and make it to the next platform, and then you're fine, because you just gotta do a jump to a truss, no, not a truss, a ladder, and then to a truss, and then you just need to climb it and get to 10, and then if you wait at 10, you'll never die, because you have to touch the kill brick to die, which spins very slowly. So I finally made it to 10 after like 160 minutes. But I was like preparing myself, standing still. I was very stressed. I was waiting for the spinner to go by, because it took me a long time to get to floor 10. A lot of practice, and this was finally it. I was very glad I finally made it here. I took it as slow as possible. I was not taking any chances. I fell there, but made it back. And I was just taking this as slow as possible, because it does not matter how slow you go. As long as you beat it and you just watch out for the spinner, you will win. And do not rush it, or you will die to the spinner, and that would be awful if you have to do all of that again. So every single jump, or like every 2 to 3 jumps, I just wait for the spinner to pass. Waiting for the spinner to pass again, and then you just climb down, you jump there, and then you just jump to that truss, which is pretty lenient. And wait for the spinner, and then you can jump to the next truss, and make sure you got a good lineup for that jump, and then you can jump to that platform. But I failed it, but then I made it back. I did it then, so I waited for the spinner to go by again. Because the longer you wait, the safer you are. If you wait every single time you jump, you'll never fail, and you'll make it eventually, as long as you don't disconnect. Which I was kind of scared of, because my internet does go out a little bit. But I was doing fine. I was keeping myself composed, and I was being patient, and I was making it. This truss, at first, it seemed like it was a little bit RNG, but if you develop a strat, you'll realize it really isn't. The way I did this truss is I stop, and then when I, like on this side, and then when I press W again, it makes me fall down the truss a little bit, and at that point, when I fall down the truss a little bit, I can climb down. But there, it's not what happened. It just let me go down normally. But that strat is safest, because letting you go down normally, sometimes it just makes you fall off. But I'm almost at the end. I have a couple more jumps, and I failed this jump here, as you will see, but actually, no, not, yeah, this jump. And then I failed it again. Well, no, I didn't fail it again, but I failed that. I made it, and I failed it, but then I made it back, and then I beat it. But it took, you can see it was a long time gap between that. So, yeah, just be patient, and you will make it, and you will beat your first terrifying.